Now that I've spent a fair amount of time in the previous video talking about trance depth and how clients cycle really at various levels of trance depth throughout a session, let's turn in this video to the idea of suggesting that we deepen trance, that we take a person from a higher level of awareness or brainwave activity to a deeper level of trance, to a theta level of experience. Now, how do we go about doing that? Well, one way to do that is after the induction is over to then begin a deepening technique. Now, in my demonstration with Sheila, you heard me count backwards. I said something along this lines. I said, and as you continue to relax, with each number and with each breath, simply double the sensation of relaxation, both in mind and body. 5, 4, 3. You're doing perfect. Letting go absolutely. All the way down now. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now that is what we refer to as a number count deepener. It is by far the absolute simplest deepening technique known. In fact, if you go to a hypnosis convention and you show anyone a number count deepener, nobody will be impressed. This does not impress hypnotists at a hypnosis convention. And yet, in my office, it's actually what I use with paying clients 90% of the time, or probably at least 80% of the time. The reason why a number count deepener is so effective is because it's simple and easy to follow, and counting backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, is really a metaphor for going deeper. Clients envision in their own mind, starting at 10, and as we go down to the lower numbers, they allow themselves to go deeper into trance. Now, there's also another reason why the number count deepener is so effective. It is ingrained in our cultural experience. Let's go back to the Bela Lugosi movies and Dracula. And Bela Lugosi, of course, he had the pocket watch, right? And you would also hear Dracula say, "Look deep into my eye, the hypnotic gaze." And you would also hear Dracula count backwards as they stared into his eye or they followed the pendulum, going deeper, 5, 4, going deeper, your eyes are getting sleepy, 3, 2, 1, 0, right? So that's what Dracula did. And that Hollywood skit or portrayal of hypnosis with Bela Lugosi's work as the Dracula character really became so ubiquitous in our culture that Sesame Street actually co-opted it. And so Sesame Street created the character 45 years ago of the Count, which was a parody of Bela Lugosi. By the way, the interesting thing about Sesame Street, everything on Sesame Street is a parody of adult pop culture. And so the Count, of course, counted. He counted whatever it was, cookies or numbers or whatever else, but he was playing the role of Dracula doing a number count deepener. Now, of course, in any Hollywood movie, because of the popularity of Bela Lugosi, a hypnotist always counts backwards. It's just what Hollywood knows about hypnosis. And so as a result of all this, people know that hypnotists count backwards. So when a client's in your office, for example, when Sheila was in the chair in the previous session that I demonstrated, and I begin to count backwards with each number going deeper into trance, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the conscious experience of the client, the internal dialogue, the thought they have is literally this. Oh my gosh, he's counting backwards. Oh my gosh, hypnotists really do count backwards just like the movies. Oh my gosh, if he's counting backwards, this must be where I go into hypnosis. That's what the conscious mind is thinking, based on the subconscious cultural experiences related to how hypnosis is perceived. And I say, if that's our cultural framework and understanding of hypnosis, then let's use it to our advantage. And so I almost always do a number count with clients. It's simple to do. It is a clear metaphor for going deeper, and it's consistent with their cultural experiences. It almost becomes a convincer in and of themselves, especially that internal dialogue of, wow, they really do count backwards. That must mean that I'm going into hypnosis. And if you believe that must mean that I'm going into hypnosis, what will you do? You will go into hypnosis. Now, you can start at any number. Could start at 100, 100, 99, 98. Going deeper, 97, 96. That would be a very long deepening technique. Many hypnotists, and I've done this, have certainly started at 20. Maybe after the induction, the puffy white cloud disappears off into the horizon. And so after the induction, what I really want to do is ratify this trance state. I want to really focus a client's concentration on the experience. So maybe I'll start with 20. Or maybe I'm doing a fast hypnosis session, especially if it's a second or a third or fourth session with a client. I might start at 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And so let me go ahead and try this with you. You've, at this point, had lots of practice with hypnosis, listening to the MP3s that I've provided, following along with the previous sessions. And so put yourself in that resource state that we call hypnosis. Go ahead, just bring yourself to that state, right where you are right now as you view this video. Breathe in, breathe out, and relax. Relax any muscles that need to be relaxed. And just let go and participate in this learning process. And as you continue to relax, with each number and each breath, relax even further, doubling the sensation of relaxation. 10, 9, 8. You're doing perfect. Letting go, absolutely. 7, 6, 5. Each breath, each number, relaxing even a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, all the way down now, completely relaxed. 3, 2, 1, 0. And notice, even though this was a simple process, that it feels really good to really focus on the state of hypnosis that you've created right here. The feeling of relaxation, the feeling of learning. And now that we have done the deepening technique using a simple number count, we can go in any direction we'd like with our suggestive therapy. And so, because this is only a demonstration, and it is time to open the eyes, taking a deep breath, breathe in deeply, let the air fill your lungs, let the oxygen go to every cell of the body, and open the eyes, feeling fantastic. Now you have experienced a very short deepening process. Now, there are other deepening methods, and in successive videos, I'm going to share with you some of those deepening techniques. As a matter of fact, in the previous video, I talked about using visualization and the puffy white cloud as a deepening technique. Now, let me make one other point here that I think is important. When I do hypnosis training, we break down, here's the induction, here's the deepener, here's the suggestive therapy. The reality is there's a lot of gray area between the induction and the deepener. They really blend together. The deepening technique is really a focusing technique to really ratify the resource state that our client has created. Now, there are a couple other things I want to point out here that are really important. One of those things is that during my deepening technique, I'm almost always going to use ego-strengthening statements. Ego-strengthening statements assure the client that they're doing the right thing. And so it's really pretty simple. And as you relax with each number and each breath, double the sensation of relaxation. You are doing perfect. Right? 5, 4, 3. Letting go completely. I can see the muscles in your body are relaxed, and that's exactly what we're looking for. 2, 1, 0. So we're going to give affirmations of their progress. People respond to ego strengthening, and it facilitates entering into a deeper level of concentration, learning, intuition, whatever resource state we want to associate with hypnosis. When it comes to deepening techniques, there really is no need to be fancy. I'm going to share some other deepening techniques with you here in a minute so that we have a repertoire. Remember I said I used a number count with about 80%. 90%. But some of them I use some other techniques, usually primarily visualization, sometimes the puffy white cloud, and sometimes what's called a staircase deepener. But let me mention a couple other things about the number count, and really this does apply to any deepening strategy. Notice my rhythm and my cadence doesn't typically stay the same. I may speed up or slow down some numbers. Another thing that I might do is I might actually start at a number higher than the number I left off at, or at least the same number. So for example, I might say 10, 9, 8, 7. You're doing perfect, relaxing completely. Each number, each breath, doubling the sensation of relaxation. 7, 6, 5, 4. So notice I started back at the same number that I left off at. Okay? Let's see what happens here when I start at a higher number than what I left off at. In fact, follow along with me. Make this interactive here, okay? Taking a breath, bring yourself to that state of relaxation that we call hypnosis. Breathe in, breathe out. And with each number and each breath, double that sensation of relaxation. 10, 9, 8, 7. You're doing perfect. Letting go, absolutely. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Each number and each breath, all the way down now. 6, 5, 4, 3. Letting go completely. All the way down now. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Because this is, again, only a demonstration, taking a breath. Let yourself feel energized, taking a breath, open the eyes, feeling fantastic. Now, that is called fractionation. I started at a number higher than where I left off several times. And how many of you felt like it was sort of like a snooze alarm? You know how you hit the snooze alarm in the morning, it wakes you up, and then you go back into a sleep, the snooze alarm goes off again, and you, right? And the snooze alarm goes off 3 or 4 times, and by the time you finally have to get out of bed, you're so tired that you don't want to get out of bed. That's what happens here. This is called fractionation, where we bring a person to a higher level, lower level, higher level, lower level. And fractionation can actually be a strategy for induction, and it can also be an excellent strategy as a deepening technique. So the number count is really simple, but it's highly effective because of our cultural presuppositions, because of its ease of use, because it's easy to follow along, and because it's a metaphor for depth and for higher levels of alertness. Our clients are particularly responsive to this. Where does the deepener fit in? Again, it fits in after the induction and before we begin doing the suggestive therapy. There is something that is also called a transitional deepener. You'll notice that several times during a session with a client, I might actually do a number count again. I might do some work with them, and I might say, and as you continue to relax, 3, 2, 1, 0, right? And then go on again. I might even come back later on. Relaxing even further, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. These are called transitional deepeners. And anytime I notice a client beginning to emerge to a higher level of alertness, right, I can simply use these deepening techniques to bring them back into a deeper level of awareness. Also, have you noticed that almost all hypnosis sessions end, and they don't have to, but end with counting up. 1, 2, 3, opening the eyes wide awake, right? Again, this is something that's simple, that is easy for clients to follow along with. And my goal is not to impress other hypnotists at a hypnosis convention. It's to provide my clients exactly what they came for. And my clients are looking for a process that's simple to follow, effective, and something that they can respond to. So this is by far my favorite deepening strategy. You'll see me use it time after time in the sessions that I do.